Alright, welcome back to my custom channel where I am working on a smash of demolition. I've already got axe painted up. And so I ordered an axe body online. It's a hard resin. And so I used my saw to cut through it up top and on the arm because I wanted a different pose than what axe has. So I had an axe head, or sorry, smash head. So I filed down the top. I'm going to put the head on there. And then I have, there's the original arm. So you can see pretty straight cut there with my jigsaw. And then I have an arm for the iron sheik. Had to file it down a little bit. And it's not perfect, but I'm going to put the epoxy that's sitting behind it on there. And so that way it'll give them a little bit of a different pose. And then obviously the paint will be a little bit different. So that's first step. So I'll epoxy it and see how it goes. All right, so I was able to put the epoxy on, put his head together. So now obviously what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint it. And then I'm going to see where the flaws are, because the flesh paint actually helps me do that. And then I'll sand it down. So the arm might already be good because I really put some work into making sure that was pretty level. So I like how it looks right now. And my plan, I think, is to put tag team belts right across down here if I've got some. So kind of like he's holding it up high. And so it definitely gives a different look than axe does. But so paint is the next step. I'll probably get to it this weekend and see how much I can knock out. Okay, so I applied my flesh tone and my black. So I can see that I actually like his neck. You can't see much of the seam that's there. Now I may want around his, I did add some epoxy up here under his chin, so he doesn't have quite a roll there on that right hand side. I also added some stuff on his tongue to make that a little bit more extended, and that looks pretty good. Now here is where this is important. Get the right angle so you can see. This is why I put the color on so I can see it better. So even though it looks pretty good, there's still a seam. So what I want to do is I'm going to wait for this to dry. I'll come back and then I'm going to take my Dremel and then just feather it. Go over top it so that ridge disappears. But otherwise, I think, once you pull back, it looks pretty good, and it's on its way to being a smash. So next part of the video, I did end up sanding down his neck a little bit. But then the big thing is that I changed up his arm. So originally I was going to use the arm that was donated. But I figured it's about the same size, so what I did is I used my jigsaw to cut this off and then measured and marked the same line on the other arm, the donor arm, and then it actually matched up really good. So I didn't actually use any epoxy. I used airplane glue, or what do you call it, super glue. It used to be airplane glue back in the day. So anyways, measured it, cut it, and then drilled a hole on both ends, and then stuck a screw in. And then got it to where it was about the right area. And it's raised a little bit. That's okay, because this gauntlet, yeah, fancy word, is the same thing as raised up. And so put some airplane glue around it and in the hole, and it sticks really well. So I think I'll just leave that, and we'll see how that looks. But again, same as before, I'll put the paint on and then see where my areas are that don't look good. And I also sanded this one down too with my Dremel. So hopefully that'll look a little bit better too, but that's my goal, is to get him painted up today, and we'll see how he looks. And here's the finished product for Smash. So other than just putting a little more Mod Podge on some areas there, pretty well done. Well, with the primary colors that he is, basically. Took forever for me to do his face paint. But I think he ended up looking pretty good. And so the idea with that arm is that he's going to be able to hold. Oh, yeah. Well, that was exactly what I wanted. Going to be able to hold his belt like that. Not like that. So, there you go. Thanks for watching my channel.